Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I have the PanzerIIIJ model. So this is essentially a standard Panzer III, but it has this extra armour on the front, so it has this here and then on the turret as well. Not as armoured as a Panzer IIIM, but which has all the side, all that side stuff. But this is quite. I think it's quite a good tank. It's really quite light. And I think I had a 50mm gun, which is really good. It's fairly good. Not as good as a 88mm, but this couldn't really. It's not really the right platform for an 88mm. So the Panzer III was a medium tank developed in the 30s, and it was used pretty much everywhere throughout World War II. So Africa, Europe. Well, I'm not sure that much about Europe, but it was mainly used in Africa and Russia, probably in Europe. It did face the T-34. And it didn't work that well against it. It didn't work that well against the T-34, and so it did need to be used alongside anti-tank guns because the 50mm wasn't that brilliant. So yeah, so the Panzer III was developed to have a potentially larger turret ring, to have the 7.5cm, I believe that's a Pak 40 actually, but it was actually, I believe they used the Panzer 5 or Panzer 4 or 5 for that. I think it's Panzer 4 they used that for, yeah. So it's quite it's a fairly decent tank. It's quite small compared to, say, the Tiger 1, if you've ever seen that. And this was an Italeri model kit, so this comes with two quick build model kits. So you sacrifice the sort of long building, the nice, all the nice details for two tanks, but you build them. This is all the instructions you get. I think there's more on the back of the box, but I don't have the rest of the box with me because I cut it apart. So yeah, So yeah, it's a quick build. So you can build it with the larger or the smaller gun. I built it with the larger because I think it looks cooler. Yeah, so here you can see a really good tanks on the box. So yeah, it comes with two model kits, which look really cool actually. They do look really good, and all the details on the back. All the I believe they're radiators. Yeah, looks like it. So yeah, the only real downside with these tanks is that this one has an unsightly gap all the way down the front of the armour. Now, I do need to get it with some filler, but I currently haven't got any, so I'm going to have to leave it like that. Which isn't really a problem for me, but I'm sure for other people, for serious models, this could be a really big problem if you have these massive gaps. But if you're that serious, then you'll probably have some modelling filler anyway, so it won't really matter. So yeah, I've used a lot of my weathering techniques on the back, to make this look all really weathered and stuff. And then I also used a black wash to make it look especially weathered. Yeah, I used a new paint as well, Tamiya. I believe it's dark yellow instead of the my usual desert yellow. Might not sound like there's much of a difference, but I believe this one's a much better suit for. It's much better suited for German tanks, whereas the desert yellow it's a bit too dark, I think, so it doesn't look that brilliant. Although they both look really dark after the weathering and stuff. So yeah, as I said, it's an Italeri model, so you do get two, and it means they are built for wargaming. That's why they're quick builds. But if you're trying to build up an armoured column fairly quickly, instead of buying detailed, say Airfix tanks or something, although Airfix don't actually produce these, yeah, it's a lot easier to do it this way. So as I said, this is the J, and it has this extra armour on the front here. So some frontal armour, and then some up here as well. So yeah, I really like these tanks actually, because they were so easy to build, and they were really, really easy to paint as well at the same time. So, and it's nice to have two of them. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.